summer leagues in California. Utah had one as well, Salt Lake City. These are two teams. This is the first time they're getting out first round pick in the NBA. Dillingham cut off, 7 to shoot. Little floater from Rob gets Terrence Shannon Jr. coming up a little later on. And there's some nice defense by Dacian Nix, but he can't corral the basketball. Nice find there with the finish. Their head coach a little bit later in the broadcast. Look at Dacian Nix, another steal. This time for Minot.
Oh, they're getting up right now.
See for Minnesota. New Orleans, 5 out at the moment. Baseline look. Bryce McGowan, who'd actually been waived by the Hornets, but was told, if you want to play Summer League, you can. That's Hawkins. Nice job hitting out of the corner game, and he got signed by Portland on a 2-way deal. You never know who's watching.
And it could also lead to opportunities abroad.
Hawkins still on the floor as we come out of time.
And one thing that looks a little different to this point in the game, as opposed to a regular season NBA game, Casty, not a lot of threes.
The free throw line. Turns 24 at the end of the month. Played 5 years of college basketball. Nice find underneath and put it up. That adjustment as Miller misses point blank there is to have those big numbers in the G League. They're not going to translate to the NBA, especially when you're playing on a real good team.
That didn't look good, but I should have maybe said that. I might have jinxed him when I said he looks comfortable, because he definitely feels like either series are not going to be there, and it can be very difficult to find your rhythm. And I think that's what he ran into.
Well, the Pelicans have heated up, and Jordan Hawkins, the summer league, 4 10-minute quarters. Really hard to foul out. You got to great move, but might not be on the floor now. Rookie from France. The French Revolution in basketball has certainly arrived. We'll see that later tonight with 1 versus 2, and there's high 37% for Paris basketball last year, and here he is on display. Nix with a really sweet move. See Edwards with the rejection on one end. Nix tried the no-look behind the back. Here's the floater up, no. Hauser tip, yes, for New Orleans. 10 seconds to go. We're going to hear from David Griffin, their Executive Vice President of Basketball Operations. Going to join us here at the start of the second quarter as high
capability. There are teams that are going to be buyers out there, but then you've got to re-sign Brandon Ingram. So there's a lot there at play with that. Brandon Ingram figures into that too. He's had a number of things that have bothered him. Even didn't finish the year healthy because of that, didn't play well.
Carlo Makovic, he was one of those names that David Griffin brought up because they're a little more devoid at center. At Tunis going to Washington, they signed Daniel Tice, and then of course they beat Misi, their draft pick, and Makovic.
When Griffin said his name, All-Star Weekend, NBA Finals, these are the 3 marquee events of the year. An incredible.
Stop it. Wow, they got that?
Because that's a 2-hand over-the-head outlet pass, basically traveling 60-plus feet in the air.
A little backdoor action to open up, and
he's getting treated the way that Zion gets treated in a regular locker room, because it's really kind of their show, and these guys know that it's going to be built around this season. Jordan
Hall with a 3-pointer, and the first 6 points of the third quarter belong to the Pelicans, and there's a 3. After those 4 games are played, we'll move on to the playoffs as the Timberwolves defense gets the steal. Here's
he's taking off, bro. You get up.
That is one of the areas that the Timberwolves are looking to improve upon. As Isaiah Brockington is shown my age, but I'm thinking of the back-to-back Final Fours as a member of the Kansas Jayhawks. For Mr. Miles, Dillingham misses wide right.
One thing you can see about Dillingham, and you mentioned it, he is looking to catch these outlets, 30 40 took them. It would have been a logical assumption to think that they would like Dillingham, but they had already drafted a guard, Stephon Castle, with the 4th pick. Great aggression defensively, great ball pressure, fighting over screens, but then also converting, and that ball pressure right there is what forced this turnover.
In transition toward the basket for dunks. Block underneath. Jesse Edwards.
Coach, talk specifically about what you saw in Rob Dillingham. That was a guy that you wanted to go and acquire by that draft day.
Conley and his crew, man, they were locked in and were aggressive and they saw the opportunity. We were just excited. I mean, he came to me the night before the draft, but we needed a guy who would be able to go and get his own basket, create pace, you know, and also
give me that.
Targeting and putting this team together.
Yeah, again, you know, when Tim Conley came in, he did a great job of prioritizing defense and two-way players.
Always denied the accusations and then was found not guilty. He had been suspended for a time and then was back at Illinois and had a great finish to the season.
Roster as well, but not top to bottom the level of accomplishment that Team USA has. So it's always a weird dynamic, Destiny. You got 12 players, and that's what you're trying to accomplish in a very short period of time.
Well, Grant Hill did a nice job putting the team together
yesterday, and I was looking at the temperature gauge here on the dashboard, and it was so high I took a picture of it because I don't think I'll ever see that again.
What was it?
123. Woo! To your point, there are games in the Vegas Summer League where you would think you are playing at Staples Center. Like it feels like a Lakers home game when they're playing.
Keon Brooks with a big block there.
Oh, get up.
New Orleans,
okay, I'll take the lay. I'll take the lay.
Forward with Hawkins couldn't, and then Makovic able to get a piece of that one on the other end defensively. Hawkins goes to the left hand. No, but Makovic is there. 6'10" from Croatia, played in the Slovenian league. And has shown some signs here. And Shannon's been terrific. 25 permeated its way all the way to Summer League. Half a minute to go. Still 2-possession game. And a tough bucket for Hawkins. 7 rebounds, 3 assists in his second Summer League debut. Knicks at the line. Split him. Offensive board. And Minot to go. 3-possession game. Need a lot of points. Need it in a hurry. Well defended, Shannon, and this time taking it inside, Isaiah. ESPN as we conclude here on ESPN2 with 10 seconds to go. Here's a steal by Minnesota off the inbound. They just got to dribble out the clock. Minot with 2 seconds left. Says, you know what? Wouldn't look bad with 2 extra points, but couldn't finish. The Timberwolves do finish an 81-74.